Welcome on in, everybody. Today we are getting back at the A-Ring guides, and we're going to be doing, finally, one of our final two, Rice Shower. The last one that we have on our list before we start and try to scout for some more. Actually, we still have Super Creek and Measure Orion, now that I think about it. So we got these three. Oh, wait, no. I totally did Super Creek. Good God. I'm losing my mind. So we are doing a Rice Shower. We're going to be building her up. We're going to need a bit of stamina in order to complete our races. But what's most important with her is going to be speed. She is a long distance, also got an A aptitude in medium, but is generally a pace chaser. Some of the sparks that we choose may get her up to an A rank in front, but we'll for the most part be running her as a pace chaser. For our sparks, because Rice Shower can be a bit temperamental and a little difficult to train, we are going to be using a guest for this. I highly recommend getting a 6-star power, 3-star speed guest that you can borrow. In this case, we will be using El Condor Pasa. She has 3 power sparks, 3 power sparks, 3 speed sparks. And then we also have some pinks here, but we don't really need to worry about our mile aptitude. It just so happens that the legacy character we're going to be borrowing has a lot of mile sparks. Now, we're mainly just going to be training for long distance and medium anyway, but it doesn't hurt to have a legacy character with a good aptitude mile. For our veteran Umamusume that we're going to be choosing, we're going to be going with a Tokai Teo with a 42-12 split in power and speed. If we can find her, wrong one, Tokai Teo. There we go, 42-12. She has a total of 3 6-power sparks, just like our El Condor Pasta that we're borrowing. And then our, what's her name? Sakura Bakashin has a 2 sparks for speed. I am so sorry for forgetting you, Sakura, but now that we've got that all settled, these are going to be the sparks that we're rolling with. The higher numbers that you can get in these 2 aptitudes, the better your chances are going to be at getting a good rank for Rice Shower here. For our support cards, we're not going to be sparing any expense. We're going to be using the best ones that we have at our dispose here. So we got a level 50 MLB Kitasan Black. We have a level 40 Narita Taishin, a level 35 King Halo, so 3 speed. Then we're going to do 2 stamina cards. We have our Super Creek, we have our Measure McQueen at 35 each, and then we're going to be using a level 45 Daiwa Scarlet. If you have a high-ranking Daiwa Scarlet, I highly recommend using her. She's a really great support card. She's got an initial friendship gauge that starts off at 25, making it easier to get her up to the maximum friendship throughout the career, but also with a good special priority of 50, which is just how often she's going to land on that wit training and actually be able to give you those rainbow trainings. So this is going to be our full set for the career. There is the event going on right now. That's not actually going to affect us in any way, really. But it doesn't hurt to get extra bonus points and be able to do that bingo event a little more often. So let's go ahead and start the career here. We'll put on maximum skip, shorten all events, and get to it. So starting off, we have 11 turns before our junior debut, which should be more than enough to get us to a level that we don't have to worry about losing the junior debut. This is also, with the 11 turns, starting off a great amount of time to work on getting these friendship bonuses up. So we do want to prioritize speed, power, and stamina, which is going to be a little extra cherry on top that we are going to train. We'll probably get it up to about a B. We got 2 on stamina, 2 on wit. We don't want our energy getting too low, so let's do the 2 on wit. It also helps to get Super Creek up. She's one of the harder characters that I have on my support deck to get up to a rainbow training, but what she does, she gives actually really good bonuses. And then we got 2s again, 2 on stamina. We'll take it. Now we have dip below half energy, so if we don't have a good turn here, we may just go ahead and get that mood up. And we do have Taishin. We got 2 speeds stacked, and we really want to get those speeds maxed out first. So let's go ahead and do that. Now our energy is pretty low, so we will go ahead and do a recreation. In that case, we actually got an event there that put our mood up, so we can do a rest instead. And excellent, we got the 70 there, maximum energy you can get. 2 on speed, 2 on wit. We'll do the 2 on speed. Die with Scarlet is already in the green friendship cage, which is fantastic. And we had a Kitasun Black event there, give us a excellent mood. We'll do the 3 on wit. Another event here that's going to give us some wit and skill points. 2 on wit, 2 on speed. We are going to prioritize the 2 on speed in this case, because it was 2 speeds on speed, 2 staminas on wit. And if we can level up the speeds while they're on speed, that's even better. 3 on speed, we'll take it. And we'll have one more turn before our junior debut here. In that case, we will choose the dialogue option to train for a bit more, because it only gets rid of a little bit of energy, but we get a +5 speed bonus there. This is great. We got a 5 stack, 2-2, stamina speed split, and we'll take that, 12%. Excellent, we succeeded. And our stats are looking really good going into our junior debut here, so we really shouldn't have any issue beating the race. We are going to, just for this one race, switch ourselves over to a front runner. It's going to give us a higher chance of winning this. I believe we would either way. However, it doesn't hurt to increase the odds. We'll get through these dialogue options. On to the second race. We have 17 turns. So we're going to really hope that we get some good support card stacks here to get those friendships up as much as possible. And if you didn't see it, right there, we just had Die with Scarlet's little special event there, and that gave us a bit of energy. Let's go ahead, we'll do the 2 on wit. Die with Scarlet will now be in the rainbow training, and Kitasun Black is almost there. We got 3, and then that's our 2 speeds on power, so we'll take that. And Kitasun Black is rainbow training able now. We'll take a rest since our energy is very, very low. And if we have these 2 options, would you like to train with us? We'll give us some stat bonus. Could you give us some pointers? Will usually give us either skill points or energy, I believe. Now, we do have a rainbow training on both wit and speed. In this case, however, we already have maximum energy, so we don't actually need the extra energy that we'll get from doing a wit training. So let's train speed. And that will get McQueen's friendship up a little bit. She's in the green now. All cool. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If that's maybe just a rough translation. But we'll choose that option there. And then we got 3, both of those stamina cards on speed. Let's get those up a little bit higher there. Speed's the one skill that we're going to want to max. So when you're not certain, but you do have the ability to get some good speed training in, always go for it. Because speed will train power, and it will help those kind of increase together at the same time. With 25% failure, I don't like that. We do not want to fail with Rice Shower. If you've done career playthroughs with her, you know that her mood downs can be pretty often, so we really don't want to risk getting any more mood downs or debuffs than we have to risk. So in this case, let's go ahead and do the rainbow training speed. We'll be at about half energy, which is fine. We should be able to get 1 good training in before we rest. There's room for dessert, has a chance of giving you that energy back. It does have a chance of giving you a slow metabolism debuff, I believe, but it's so rare. Like the majority of my run-throughs, I don't have that issue, so I always choose it anyway. And if I get stuck with slow metabolism, we'll try to, rest or recover right after. In this case, this Kitasun Black event, the top one will give you a little bit of energy and a mood up, but we have pretty much max energy and a great mood already, so we'll bounce back and get some stat bonuses here, 10 speed and straight away Adept Hint. So now we do have some good options here. We can do Wit Rainbow Training, but our energy is pretty high, so we don't need to. We can do Speed Rainbow Training, but our speed is just with Kitasun Black, so we don't need to. But we got 3 that are not in Rainbow Training levels yet on Stamina, and we do want to train Stamina. Around 300, 350 is enough to get through the career with Rice Shower, but if we can get it higher without wasting a turn, then that's even better. In this case, we're going to prioritize the speed. Even though this has more stacked on it, only Narita Taishin isn't able to do rainbow training. Speed has 2, but they both are close to being able to do rainbow training, so we'll prioritize that here. Alright, and we'll choose speed again here. And now King Kalo will be able to do our rainbow training, which can double stack with Kitas and Black. We're pretty low energy, so let's go ahead and take a rest. Although we do have this event, be sure to keep your health in mind. Will give us some energy. Not a ton, but enough to possibly do another turn, which we will, because now we can get Narita Taishin up to where we want her. Super close. I believe one more training with her will get her into rainbow training territory. So let's go ahead and get through all this dialogue. We got 10 energy back, which is nice. Oh, that's brutal. I would love to do the double speed, but 32 is too high. Let's do the wit training. We'll get McQueen up to rainbow training. And we got our Professor of Curvature, which is a fantastic skill. Now, we don't have any spectacular options here, so we actually will go ahead and get these 525 bands that we still need in this turn, and then we should be able to do 2 good turns afterwards. I will switch us back to a Pace Chaser, and that should be an easy first place under the belt. Let's win the next one too. Only 5 energy down, nice. And we got a plus 10 stamina there. Let's go ahead, take a look at our options here. We're at 23% failure, which I don't like. So let's rest, get 1 really good turn in before the spring stakes. And that is a double speed. We'll take it. Why not? That'll get us close to a C+ before our second race. I know we did have 17 turns, but that's still pretty good. Spring stake should be a piece of cake. It's only an 1800 meter, and it is just a G2, so it isn't the top of the line difficulty for us just yet, like the G1s are. Skip through all the dialogue. Get some bonus points there for winning the race. And we got 3 turns before the Japanese Derby, which is going to be the longest race this early in the career path. And we do have our inspiration here. Let's take a look at what we got. 85 power, that's what we like to see. That is why we pack all those points into our power for our legacy characters. Now, we don't really have any fantastic options here, so let's do a wit, get a little bit of energy back. And then, I mean, who's not going to take that? We got 5 on wit again, so let's take that. Some of those are pretty close to being maxed out friendship levels for that added bonus. There's one of the legendary mood down events, which is fine. We have a double on speed. We'll take it. And going into the Japanese Derby, we are going to purchase some skills. We're going to get some blue skills to get some energy back. We'll do these 2 stamina to spare and lay low. That should be more than enough to make it through the Japanese Derby, and we had some pretty good discounts on them. Now, if you're using different support cards, you may have different skills available to you at that time. However, you'll just want to buy whatever the best options you have are for those blue skills, and that will pretty much negate any risk of having low stamina points at that point in the career. We got a couple turns, so the Kikuka show, 9 turns. No rainbow training. Let's go ahead and do a rest, get max energy. And then late June, we do have the beach training coming up as well. So let's do a wit here, max out our energy, and then we'll be able to get some good beach training in. 23, 26. I really want double or more on speed, so we'll do a wit there. And there's a double. That's what we want. That's what we like to see. Ooh, no rainbows, unfortunately, so let's do another wit and get that Super Creek up. She can do rainbow now, which means we do have the ability to get double stacks for rainbow training on stamina. But that's just a single. Let's take it. It doesn't take us below half energy. And we'll have one more beach training after this dialogue. Or not, sorry. I misspoke. We did not have one more training after that dialogue. But that's fine. We'll do one speed training here, since we have the rainbow. And then we may do... Oh, of course, that lands there at that point. But, you know, what are you going to do? Let's take a rest and get one good training in before the Kikuga show. 51, that is the triple max speed. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. That's what we like to see. I love it when that happens. It is kind of rare. So don't expect to land on those triples all the time. I don't. Like, ever. I played this game so much and I very hardly ever get them, but it is oh so satisfying. And let's get another energy one, because the Kikuga show is a 3,000 meter race. We'll get deep breaths, since that leads into cooldown. I chose that over hydrate, just because we might end up buying a cooldown once we get enough stat points. That and Professor of Curvature. Now, I would have liked to have gotten first, but that's okay. It won't really affect the A rank by the end there. It's most likely, with all the skills that we purchased, that they just did an ult proc, as our speed and power are looking pretty good. Tell her to take a moment to calm down. We got our long shot skill hint there. And we don't have any good options, so let's do a weight training. Concern is enough for me. Get 5 energy back. Trader's Handbook's going to give us some hints there. Ooh, that's a double speed. That's what we like to see. That's a 46. Oh, I love to see that. We could do wit to get a little bit of energy back, but it's not going to put us over half, so let's take a rest here. Always room for dessert, and excellent. We didn't get hit with a debuff, which we would have highly regretted. Let's do 1 stamina there, since we have the rainbow and we have max energy. We're looking pretty good as far as stamina goes. Hoping everyone can be healthy will give us back some energy there. We'll do some wit training because we want to get that up to a B. And of course we got the tissues. Why wouldn't we? And here's some more dialogue we can skip through. What do we got here? That is a double speed. We'll take the double speed. As you can see, that double speed was only 26 points. That is how much of a boost we're getting from Kitasun Black, who when they were doubled up on that, gave us, what was it, 46? Like, it's such a huge difference. Kitasun is amazing. We'll do another speed training there. If we got even split, we'll always choose the speed training. And if we have no good options, we'll always choose the whip. There's a double speed. We'll take that again. So we officially have A in speed going into the Nikkei show. Nikkei show? However you want to pronounce that. Let's take a rest. That way, after this race, we'll be able to get in a good training if we have a good option. Get her a drink will give us some energy back. Skills, we don't have to worry about because the Nikkei show is not a challenging race for us. So we'll go ahead, do this race. We should have no real issue winning first place. Boom, ski, love to see it. Keep on going there, rice shower. And goal complete. Now we have 1 turn before the Tenno Show Spring, which is going to be the longest race of our career path at 3,200 meters. We'll get hopefully some good inspiration here. And not bad. We got 76 in power. A little bit of an energy down, but it's not the end of the world. We'll do another speed training since we got good energy. My bad there. Before the Tenno Show Spring, we are going to see if we can afford any other skills. We'll get cooldown, and that's probably the only one we can afford right now, but that is a gold blue skill, which should be more than enough to get us our achievement that we need here. Our stats are looking pretty nice, so I'm not too worried about this. Our moves at normal, which can affect us, but it looks like we're good to go. through the Tenno Show, the 3,200 meter race. And after this, we're going to be pouring as many points as we can into speed and wit. So 3 turns before the Takarazuka Kinen. Dialogue options, skip through that. There's our swinging maestro. You love to see it. That's only a 1. Let's do recreation. We want our mood up for the bonus. That's a good mood. And then we can get 2 turns in here. Try the croquettes. We'll give us some guts. We'll do the double speed. Love to see it. And then we are going to do a wit training here. We don't want to risk failing, but we also don't want to not train before a race. Might as well get as, the best points that we can. And this should be a no-brainer for us. Nice. So far, a rather smooth career. We have 11 turns before the final career goal of the Arima Kinen. Now, we only have 1 rainbow here, but our energy is not good and our mood isn't great. So let's do a rest and rec, get that energy up and max out that, and that should give us some good points going into here. We'll do a speed training. Maybe we'll get a good wit rainbow training after this. Nope, let's do a wit. We're pretty much set for stamina, so I'm not going to be training stamina. Let's do another speed here. Excellent, and now we have 7 turns. We got our deep breaths skilled there. We'll take a rest since we don't have any rainbow training. Got 50 back. I would have loved to have gotten the 70 back, but let's do some deepening of our knowledge for some stamina and wit. We'll do some more wit training. Our speed's looking good. We're pretty much all the way to an S, so that's why we're mainly just training wit right now. Training guide that will get practice perfect. We'll do another wit training. If we can get that up to a B, the speed is kind of naturally going to go over into S rank, so we don't really have to worry that much about that. Do another wit training. That's a C plus in wit. We got a 28-28 split. Let's do the wit. Now we're pretty much maxed out on energy, and hopefully we'll get some good speeds. That's a 38. That's what we want. Lovely to see it. Concern is enough. We don't want to risk lowering our energy any more than we have to at this point. Dance the stress away is going to give us 10 power, 10 guts. We'll do another wit training because our speed's where we want it, our power's where we want it. We're pretty much set for an A already, but the higher the wit we can get, the better that's going to be. If we can get that over into the realm of B, we'll be sitting pretty. So we should be able to do the Arima Kinen without any issues. However, if you want, you could have also purchased Swinging Maestro before that race. I usually do. I'm just kind of click happy right now and ended up doing the view result beforehand. But our stats are great, so we shouldn't have really struggled that much. It's just RNG can kick you in the face sometimes in this game, as I'm sure all of you know. Let's do 1 wit training, and then to finish off our URA finale, we're going to purchase Professor of Curvature. And then by the end, when we're getting the rest of our skills, we will get Swinging Maestro. Fantastic skill to have. And that is a first place. We'll do 2 good speed trainings to close out our career here. 12 bonus, 12 in every stat when finishing these qualifiers. We'll do speed training here. That should get, we'll get an SS in speed, it looks like. Ooh, 5th place. Wasn't actually expecting that. Let's get these skills to proc. Come on, Rice Shower. We're going to move her over into a pace late since her stamina seems to be lacking. And that should give us that. If you run into that, I highly recommend buying more of those blue skills, Swinging Maestro, Gourmand, anything that you have before the finals. I got a little overconfident there. I was relying too much on our stamina stat, which should have been more than enough. but it looks like we did struggle a little bit there. If we had Swinging Maestro, that would have not been a problem at all. So what we're going to do before the finale is go ahead, not get Swinging Maestro because we don't have enough, but we will get Corner Recovery, the first step to Swinging Maestro, and that should put us where we need to be. I'll switch back over to Pace Chaser. The results, and that is a first place with this Rice Shower officially being a URA finale champion. 12 in every stat. Stats are looking fantastic. We'll get a bunch of skill point bonuses for coming in first. We did manage to get the Director's Fan. Again, those usually come naturally. I don't actually focus on ranking up the Director's Friendship all that much throughout the career path. It's a good bonus, but a lot of the time training is just better, you know, so you get more points out of it. So we'll buy Swinging Maestro, and then any skills in our good aptitudes. We actually have an S in Mile, so if we have any Mile skills, we can purchase that. I don't know if we do. I don't think we do. Yeah, no Mile skills. So any long distance, let's take a look. Pace Chaser, we only have 106 to play with here. So yeah, nothing really that good. So I'm just going to buy the one that's closest to 106, which is I Can See Right Through You. We'll confirm, purchase those skills. Only 7 left. That's good. We don't want to have too many points left over at the end of a career. And we'll see how we did. This should be a medium of the rank throughout A here. A little bit more towards the beginning instead of towards the A+, more towards A. But still, overall, a very solid career playthrough at 10,685 points. 2 Wit Sparks, 2 Turf Sparks, 2 Blue Rose Closer, Quarter Depth, Quarter Recovery. Overall, probably not a legacy character I will use, as we would have really wanted either Power or Speed Sparks, but still a pretty good showing. These are the final stats and the final skills that we purchased for this Rice Shower, and that is the conclusion of this A-Rank guide. Thanks again for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've been gaining followers like crazy lately, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, put a comment in the comment section with any questions that you have, if you're struggling, or if you have a recommendation for a video you'd like to see next. And have a great day. Bye-bye.